Most failures aren't worthy of punishment.
No.
You know, most failures are actually a blessing.
Josh,
Yes.
would you have like an advice for HR teams that have been potentially like struggling to engage their people during this pandemic and I'm sure moving forward?
Yeah, well, one of the things you can do is to share failures. You know, I think that's a big part of the thing that I do with Failing Gloriously is actually finding time to share failure stories and not just the story, but also the learnings and really celebrating it. Because I think sometimes all we're focused on is success and doing things right and doing things good, which is great, of course, but when all we're focused on is getting it right, then we're often kind of stressed and we don't have access to all our creativity. But by sharing failures, we get really connected. We create a great learning environment, you know, and it gives us a place where we can be vulnerable and really open up. And that's going to bring teams much closer together.
Is there like a tip or an advice that you would have to those people on how to be comfortable in that failure sharing? Because I think that's a lot of what people are struggling with.
Absolutely. I think a lot of people are afraid that they're going to lose credibility or be a leader that, you know, people don't want to follow, but the opposite is true. By showing that you're open, vulnerable, trying to get things right, we're going to want to follow you more. So one of the things I like to do is to physically celebrate it, you know what I mean, with the stories, and cheering for it and really seeing it as like, wow, what an amazing gift this was. And that kind of takes away some of the heaviness we often have associated with failure and the punishment and the shame, is by reframing it and being like, woo, yeah, way to fail, awesome. And then talk about why are we better now because of it. Most failures aren't worthy of punishment.
No.
You know, most failures are actually a blessing. Because a lot of people are like, hey, well, we're concerned with success. And I think we don't always remember that like failure is not the opposite of success. You know, it's part of winning. And if we see it that way, every successful thing that's ever been created or project that's been launched has so many failures in it. It's just the culture we create around the failure is going to define our success.